Okay, so this is quite a straightforward GCSE question that could appear on your new specification. It says lipids are biological molecules. Describe the structure of a lipid molecule. So all you needed to say is that there is 1 glycerol and 3 fatty acids. You could even draw a diagram and show the glycerol backbone and then show the fatty acids also. Next question, a student wanted to compare how well a biological and a non-biological detergent remove lipid stains from white cotton cloths. The cloths were washed at 30 degrees for 20 minutes. It says the student controlled the temperature and time in the experiment. Give 2 other factors that the student would need to control. Now it's told you twice that the variables it's controlled is the temperature and the time. It says washed at 30 degrees for 20 minutes, and then it tells you that they've controlled the temperature and the time. So we're clearly not going to talk about those when we talk about the other variables that could be controlled, of which there are many. You could have said the amount of stain or the lipid that's making the stain. You could have talked about the volume or the mass of detergent. You could have talked about the volume of water, the pH, or the type of lipid or fat or stain. Any 2 of those would have got you the marks. So as you read through a question, it is a good idea to cannibalise that question by underlining and highlighting and circling certain important information. The next question says the student found that the biological detergent removed more of the stain than the non-biological detergent at 30 degrees C. Give the reason why. And it's just a 1 mark question. I would have said that this answer was worth 2 marks, but there's only 1 mark. So all we needed to say was that the biological detergent contains enzymes. I believe there's a 2nd mark in there really by saying that the enzymes then digest the lipid. Then moving on to the last part of the question, the student repeated the experiment at 90 degrees C and found that much less lipid stain was removed by the biological detergent than at 30 degrees C. Explain why. 2 marks. So we need to say that the enzymes in the detergent were denatured. That on its own doesn't answer the question. We need to then explain that the substrate will not fit the active site. In actual fact, you got the mark for just saying that the substrate doesn't fit. But as you're trying to show off that you've been to GCSE classes, i.e. you're not a Key Stage 3 student, and that you've got some biological knowledge as opposed to any person that was asked this question on the street, you're trying to show off your knowledge. So that's why, because you know the information, you're going to write it down. You're going to say, so the substrate does not fit the active site. And they are the words, substrate and active site, that show that you've been to biology class.